Hello, welcome to Latest Wealth. My dear friends, I am Kailash. I am a financial advisor as well as wealth coach. To help the people, especially who are very much interested to invest in stock market, we have been creating these videos. These are basically meant for the beginners. I say directly, don't go to the broker and don't ask them what is the best stock. Before that, you need to do some fundamental analysis as well as technical analysis so that you will have an idea. To do the fundamental analysis or technical analysis, before that, first you should know which type of sector you want to invest. In this sector, earlier we have created about some of the videos, please watch it. In this video, we are going to discuss about auto ancillary sector, how it is going to perform, what are the future prospects. Let us start. My dear friends, in this episode we are going to discuss about auto ancillaries. One is future, what is the future prospects. Second is advantages of this sector. Next is disadvantages of this sector. Next is what are the key indicators. Next, who are the key players. Let us start. Sector group is consumer cyclicals. Classification, non-commodity business. Industries, batteries, castings, components and other forgings, and as well as tires. What are the future prospects of auto ancillary units in stock market? First point is economy growth. As earlier also we discussed, same point I am going to share once again. Economy is robusting because in our India population is growing as well as economy is growing, which leads to more usage of automobiles. When people are using more automobiles, naturally automobile ancillary units, ancillary sectors also, they are supposed to grow. For example, when you are driving a car, you purchase a car. After 1 or 2 years, tell me whether you are going to replace the battery or not. Yes. Next, when you are going by car, after some time, whether you replace the tires or not, right? Next, when you are driving a two-wheeler, will you change the helmet or not? Yes. When you are driving a two-wheeler for some time, whether you are going to change the tires, tubes, brake, clutch plate, all this one. So all these things, they comes under auto ancillary units. Now tell me whether future is there or not. Obviously, the first point is economic growth, and no doubt it is going to help for growth of your automobile and as well as auto ancillary sector. Second is growing population and growing disposable income. Now tell me, earlier, long time back in a town, if you go in a town, only 2 or 3 people are using the two-wheelers, and there you can hardly find any service center. I know that in my childhood, in our town, only 4 people were having the cars. They don't have any car servicing center in our town. Same town, after 20 years when I gone to that place, I wondered almost more than 50 to 20 authorized car service centers are there. That means see the growth, see the how drastically things are changing. My friends, because due to disposable income, people started in the small villages also you can find the cars. Small villages also you can find the two-wheelers. So when the business is growing, related to these are called ancillary units, they are also supposed to grow. Now you can go into any town, you can find a lot of spare part shops. Yes. Third point is rapid urbanization and industries. More industries are coming, more urban population is growing. Nowadays people are more interested to come into cities. When they come and staying in the cities, urban population is growing, as well as why they are coming to cities? Due to industrialization. More the industries are coming. When the industries are there, naturally there will be a lot of transportation facilities from office to industry, industry to office, and in the commercial vehicles, domestic vehicles, as well as two-wheelers and four-wheelers, every vehicle transport, and as well as some other transport, public transport also. So every transport needs some inside some other auto spare parts, and which are directly going to affect the auto industry. So future is there. Next, fourth point is auto industry is growing very faster pace, because now every auto industry, if you see olden time car, ambassador car, no features at all. Nowadays what happens, if you go and see any other new model car, even very low cost cars like a Maruti Celerio, you can have high-end features. Like a Renault Kwid, they're having high-end features. For that, all the features, auto ancillary units, they need to support. So this is also one future prospect point. Now let us go into what are the advantages of this sector. This we discuss about future prospects. Now what are the advantages of this sector in India, especially when it comes to stock market? One is very strong and growing demand for automobiles. This is a plus point. So there is a one advantage. There is a heavy demand because day by day demand is keep on growing. You might have seen in the villages, earlier people used to go to fields by walking. Nowadays everybody is using two-wheelers. Earlier your milkman was coming by carrying the milk in his shoulders. Now what is he doing? In a two-wheeler they are carrying. Clear? And earlier when you are in a child, you used to go to school by bicycle, but how your children are going to school? By way of one small minibus or bus, or you are dropping your children in the car or two-wheeler. So demand is rising. This is one first advantage. Let's go into second advantage. Around 30-40 years back, even when I want to purchase two-wheeler or four-wheeler, no bank was giving the loan. Now what is the scene? Every bank is ready to give the loan, and especially within 24 hours every bank is disbursing the loan, provided if your credit rating is good, if you are having an income tax returns, or if you are having a handsome salary. That's it. Within 24 hours, that means just within a span of 3 or 4 days one can own an automobile. So rapidly automobile industry is growing up. Whereas 30-40 years back, if you want to own a car, at least 6 months you are supposed to wait. Now that's not the scene. So more automobiles, more spare parts. So more auto ancillary units. This is one more advantage. Next, let's go into third advantage. Nowadays, due to internet and more advancement of technology, what I can say is third point is, in India, we are producing high quality automobile spare parts which are being exported to some other countries. Because of due to high-end cutting-edge technology is being transferred with a mutual understanding between two countries, with a mutual understanding between two companies. For example, Maruti and Suzuki, they have combined same the way with lot of cooperations, and lot of auto ancillary units are making a lot of profits in this sector. Next, fourth point. Fourth point is there is a demand from replacement market. Yes, my friends, there is a heavy demand from replacement market, because in replacement market there are a lot of margins compared to OEM. OEM means original equipment manufacturer. So for replacement, lot of margin is there. That's why a lot of ancillary industries are there focusing on replacement of material. That leads to this is one plus point for auto ancillary sectors. Now you may be thinking, Kailash, you are saying only advantages and you are showing the picture very pink. There are no blue shades. Of course, my friend, there are blue shades and grey shades also there. Of course, I'm not going to discuss grey shades. We are going to create one more episode, second episode on automobile and auto ancillary units. Please watch that episode. You can have some more clarity. This is only summary, just essence. Of course, let us go into what are the disadvantages. Here, auto ancillary unit profits base depends on only one sector. So what happens if the main sector automobiles get squeezed? These auto ancillary units also get squeezed. Are you observing my point? Are you catching my point? Because it depends on only one industry. Whereas in other industries, what happens? They may be supplying to some different sectors. Here is only directly related with auto. So when automobile goes, auto ancillary also goes. This is a main disadvantage. Number 2, impacted by high interest rates. Suppose if the banks and financial institutes start charging more interest rates, naturally these people profits will start coming down. So that's most important thing, and that is the biggest disadvantage. And especially in the case of depression or inflation and high deflation cases, it may affect the automobile sector, because automobile is not a necessary item, it is a luxury item. Please understand. Suppose one person lost his salary, suppose there is a pink slip, or suppose he is getting less income, naturally the people mentality is first is they want to cut their expenses. Please understand, automobile sector is a luxury item. So if economy comes down, naturally it will affect. It is not like FMCG. For example, if a soap, toothpaste, even though his salaries get reduced, he will not stop using the toothpaste, he will not stop using the bath soap, whereas he may stop using the automobiles. So it will affect. Next, third disadvantage is there is a big threat from cheap quality materials which are being imported from, for example, from Thailand and China. Some auto ancillary units they are importing with a cheap quality, they are replacing with the cheap quality items. So what happened? Whereas in China, the cost of production may be very less, the technology may be very cheap, and availability of raw material may be very cheap. But same material, if they manufacture in India, the cost may be more compared to the China or Thailand. Generally, customer, he does not have anything. He thinks, I am getting that particular item at cheaper rate, let me buy it. Now you might have seen, especially it is happening in US. There is a flood of Chinese items, cheap quality items in the US market, and people started going with behind the Chinese item. Same thing is happening in India also. You would have seen a lot of, if you go to automobile spare part shop, you can find n number of Chinese items. There is also one threat. There is a disadvantage. Next, fourth point is always government policies keep on changing. We don't know when the government, which type of government will come, which type of minister will think something, and immediately some agitation, some environmentalist says, then there are a lot of restrictions from the government side also, policy changes, and lot of tax structure, different types of tax structure keep on changing. So that naturally is also one disadvantage for this sector. Next point, suppose high inflation happens. In case of inflation, what happens? High labor cost. It will increase in high labor cost, and it will increase into high raw material item, which that we cannot pass on to OEM. OEM means original equipment manufacturing cost. So there is also one disadvantage. Next point, volatile raw material prices. My friends, yes, there is a high volatility in change of raw material prices, and keep on changing. We don't know which time. For example, if you take into tires, it depends on the production of rubber. If you take into battery, it depends on the price of the lead. Like this, some of the forging industries, it depends on the cast iron, it depends on the steel prices, it depends on the aluminum prices, it depends on the steel, plastic item prices. So raw material costs, they'll keep on changing the fluctuations. So the volatility affects the profitability of auto sector. Now let us see who are the key players in auto ancillary. Batteries, Exide and Amaraja. My dear friends, we are saying only key players. Casting, components and others. Motherson, Sumi, Sundaram, Clayton, Bosch, Amtech Auto. When it comes to forgings, Bharat Forge, tires, MRF, Apollo, JK Tire and Seat. My dear friends, hope this episode was useful. Please share this knowledge along with your children also. Keep watching. Till we meet again, enjoy every bit of life. Have a nice day. And Kailash is logging off. Take care and bye-bye. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.